StyleLife.com presents Style Life Academy.
Welcome to your Style Life Academy teleseminar, hosted by StyleLife.com. Your host today will be the man who earned the title of #1 PUA 3 years running, Neil Strauss, aka Style, the author of several popular, well-regarded books published on the topic of women, relationships, dating, pickup, and seduction. By speaking on this call or participating on this call in any way, you are agreeing to release all rights and grant permission to Style Life to use this recorded conference call or any part thereof for any purpose with no compensation due. Without any further ado, I would like to introduce your Style Life Academy headmaster, Neil Strauss, known to many of you simply as Style.
Well, excellent. Thank you for that. Unfortunately, at the very present time, Style is unable to be with us. This is Diego on the call, and I am very pleased to have our guest on the call, Mr. Decker from AuthenticSF.com. How you doing, Decker?
I'm doing great. I'm missing out on Style.
Yeah, well,
I'm worried about him.
I am worried about him too, but the show must go on, as they say. And I'm glad that you made it, because we've got a whole host of guys who are anxious to see what AuthenticSF.com is all about and what it brings to the table and what you've been doing, how we're going to help guys to become more attractive or reportive, more romantic guys.
With the Authentic Man program.
Sure. I
can do that.
Fantastic.
So we've got guys listening in for the main focus is on attracting women. Do you have a sense of that? What guys are looking for?
We've got
approaching women.
We've got all beginners, intermediate, and advanced. We're a host of virgins, and then we're host to intermediate levels who are sort of get a couple dates once in a while, and we're host to guys who are really at the top of their game, and they're just looking for that last little bit of juice to get them really into mastery. So we really run the whole gamut. Yeah. Got it. Good.
But the funny thing is, the more advanced you get, the more you realize that last bit of juice, there's always that last bit of juice. No matter how deeply I go into it, there's always that next layer. Oh, what about this? What else is possible?
We call those.
I think that's why women are so fascinating.
Absolutely. But we call those quality problems. And I think all the guys are looking to have quality problems rather than problems of scarcity that they might be in at the present moment.
Right on. Yeah, I asked because the work we do through Authentic Man program is, it's for guys who are in relationships, guys who are recently divorced, guys who are single and wanting to approach women more confidently, anywhere in between. So it's not any one particular focus. But we started off with guys who had done a lot of transformational work, Tony Robbins or NLP or Landmark, or there's just a lot of different personal development work out there, Mankind Project, and, guys that come in like, all right, I'm more conscious now. I love myself fine. I love myself, and I'm still getting my ass kicked with women. I'm still afraid to approach women, or I'm still afraid to, or I'm shutting down when my girlfriend's bitchy or whatever. That's where we started. And then it branched out to dating companies hiring us to work with men and women who are like, blaming the dating company. Like, this dating company sucks, but really there's a way that they were being that was getting in the way of them having great dates. And then it was only in the past few years that guys started coming through more often, I guess, who had studied seduction and pickup. Like, I didn't really even know about the pickup community until a couple, maybe 2-3 years ago. And those are guys who have already got a lot of the basics down, the fundamental behaviors down, and usually it's guys who are feeling there's still something not quite clicking for them. They'll even say something just perfect. The first thing they say to a woman are really fun jokes or fun ways to play, and then they can tell that it's still like a lot of work. Or it's really natural now, but they're not enjoying it. It's like, wait a minute, wasn't I supposed to be enjoying this? More subtle blocks like that had them start coming through our program and saying that that was actually really supplementing pickup for them. taking it to a whole new level.
Absolutely. We're running a distance learning program right now, so we've got really guys from all over the world, every continent, who are receiving missions twice daily. And they also have several other avenues that they can get coaching, like through chat or email. We have an online forum for them. But truly, it's difficult. And I know that I've done a lot of personal coaching myself. The difference between personal coaching and distance learning coaching, we're trying to bridge the gap as best we can, but something you get when you're right in person with your student, with your client, than something that it's a little harder to get on like the email or chat.
Totally. That's a high quality challenge as well. Well, ideally, on this call, we can have this get interactive pretty quick, start taking questions. The more direct it is, and the more personalized, the more radical the shift will be in my experience. As far as the range of skill sets, the funny thing is, even if guys feel that they are in scarcity when it comes to women, one thing I love about this work is I get to work with some of the most remarkably successful guys on the planet regularly, because no matter how much we have our shit together, we can still get our clocks cleaned when it comes to relating with women. It's a place, it's really a litmus test of where we're at.
Yeah.
I get to work with guys who are personal coaches. You meet these guys too, the guys who actually lead seminars for Deepak Chopra, for big names. But when it comes down to approaching a woman they're really attracted to, that's where the rubber hits the road for a lot of guys.
Right. That brings to mind, I know you're probably familiar with David Data's work.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's why he got into his thing, because he knew a lot of these spiritual leaders, and the sexual aspect of their relationship was like way out of whack. And he's like, well, you got all your stuff together, so what's up with your woman? Well, no, I do not want to talk about my woman right now. Let's save that for tomorrow.
Totally.
Let's go back into enlightenment. So yeah, and I think I love his influence. It's a hot spot, right?
On the flip side, this work goes really deep for a lot of guys. That's the other reason, even guys who are pickup instructors and really have a lot of comfort and a lot of fun with women still come in, is because, excuse me, they have this sense that what is in the way, or what feels like fear or anxiety, or just them feeling a little flat, or not enjoying it as much as they could. There's just this hunch that a lot of guys have that this goes really deep. This isn't just about getting a phone number or being more entertaining for a group of chicks. This is pointing at, like, even for these spiritual leaders or instructors or trainers, there's still some place where they're not feeling totally whole in themselves. And when they're in a bar, just like anyone else, and this chick doesn't know that he's Mr. PhD, famous presenter, he's Joe Schmo like everybody else, that's where some deep stuff gets triggered. I work with guys who don't get too worked up about much. If maybe we don't get the raise we wanted, or we don't get that promotion, we may be upset for a couple of days, but we can work with that. We'll be fine. But when a guy doesn't have what he wants with a woman, that's one of the rare instances that I see it actually hit home for a guy, where he actually gives a shit, where it really hits something where he cares, where he actually feels it. So it's when I'm doing this work with guys, they're often like, even guys, especially guys who've been studying pickup, they're like, by the end of the seminar, they're like, damn, I just wanted to get more dates. This was not what I thought I was in for. But if you really want to radically transform your relating with women, it tends to go deeper than you may have first expected.